Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how you win others over with your charm, okay? How you win people over with your charm. So I'm now going to show you crystals, but before I do, please note that this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest, because the messages may differ for everyone watching. So for your piles, we have, for pile number 1, we have this red heart, this red cat's eye crystal. For pile number 2, we have Amazonite. And for pile number 3, we have orange calcite. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. And once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I will see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this red cat's eye heart crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you win people over with your charm, okay? You chose the card Sensuality with feminine passion, feminine wisdom and passion. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards, but before I do, please note this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest, because the messages may differ for everyone watching. Okay, so for your cards, we have Soul Radiance with Phoenix Rising. We have the Deer with Gentleness and Diplomacy. We have Sekhmet with Be Strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. We have the Four of Summer, which is the Four of Cups. For your tarot cards, we have the Eight of Wands. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Devil. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Six of Wands. And lastly, we have the King of Swords. Okay, so before we start with your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. The last 3 months, 80% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted and you like this channel, can you do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and the bigger the channel gets, the more content I can put out to you guys and create. I also want to thank everyone who has subscribed in the past few days, and those that have been here from the beginning supporting. Thank you for all your support, thank you for all your love, and enjoy the reading. Okay, my pile number 1s, how you win people over with your charm. I feel like you are my pile of people of pure souls. You have this gentleness to your soul, and I think people see that when they first meet you, especially. It's like they see you to just have this pure soul radiating from you with the deer here and gentleness. It's like people, when they meet you, when they first meet you, they think of you to be very sweet. They think of you to be very loving, very cute, very gentle, very pure and also a little bit innocent, or I wouldn't say naive, but like sometimes people look at you as if you're very cute, very innocent, as if you kind of just have this gentle nature to you. And then when they start to get to know you, it's kind of like, I don't want to say they underestimate you, but sometimes when people see this, it's like they assume they have nothing to be threatened by. But I'm seeing this as some people, not all people. It's like people that, how do I put this in words? It's the type of people that are intimidated and threatened by power. And it's like, first they see you being very sweet, very innocent, very gentle. And then I'm hearing that bubbles sound. It's like a TikTok sound with bubbles in it, I think. Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls. And I think it's like something along the lines of, they underestimate me, but then bam, something like that. So it's like sometimes people see your sweet and gentle nature and they assume that it's like you're non-threatening in that way. But then they start to see how powerful you are. Because I mean, we have the Be Strong card, we have the Phoenix Rising. Both cards talk about strength. And the Phoenix is such a strong bird-like creature. I don't know if it's a mythical creature or an actual bird, but you know, it rises, and the phoenix represents ultimate power and strength, but that internal kind of power and strength. And it's like you have a lot of power and strength with you, and they first see your gentle, cute nature and they maybe assume just that, but then they see your powerful side as well. And they see your strength, and they see how much power you hold within you, but it's like a gentle kind of power. It's like you don't have to show it off to the whole world. And that's why I think people mistaken you or misread you or misjudge you, because it's like you're not trying to show off your power to impress anyone. It's an internal, gentle power, but it radiates in your soul, and it's like you don't have to show it to the world for it to be seen. And the reason I say so is because you have a powerful soul, you have a powerful energy, but you're also pretty powerful in the way you go out there and achieve things. Because I mean, we have literally the 9 of Pentacles here, representing like this kind of wealth energy, the 6 of Wands, success. So it's like they underestimate you at first sometimes, and then they see how powerful you are, how strong you are, and how you go out there and achieve the things you want. And it's like then they're kind of backtracked, and then they kind of like get a little bit intimidated by you with the Devil card here. And it's not just this that makes you powerful. I'll try to explain everything I see here, but it's like then they start getting intimidated by you and jealous of you with the Devil card, because it's like first they see you being very gentle, very sweet, and then they kind of see how powerful you actually are in your career or your finances, and then it's like they start getting very jealous here with the Devil card, and it's like here we see this devil whispering in her ear. So it's like they have nasty, mean thoughts like, you know, I want that for myself. Like it's a very much duality kind of feeling. And I think people sometimes see you being gentle, pure, innocent, but then they see your power, and there's something about them fearing you or being intimidated by you. But I just feel like this is not everyone. This is just people that are intimidated by powerful people, or people that kind of get jealous, that kind of retaliate, that kind of just... It's like the type of people, Spirit's giving me an example, the type of people that have a friend around them because they think that friend is not going to threaten them. And like maybe Spirit's giving me the example of like someone having a friend around, and then like they believe that friend isn't threatening for them, and then they keep that friend around. It's like people like that kind of just want to stand out the most. It's like they fear others with power, more power than them. Do you get what I mean? And this is something I don't think you even see within yourself. And with these cracks here, I'm just noticing these cracks here on this building. So there is some type of crack within their foundation, is something I'm hearing from Spirit, because this energy to me doesn't sound normal. I don't know why, but it doesn't sound normal. But anyways, you know what? The pain people project onto us, or whatever they project onto us, it's a reflection of them, not a reflection of us. And there's some kind of crack within their foundation, within the way they were raised in childhood, that caused them to view life this way, that caused them to look at life this way, because I'm looking at this view here. Sometimes the cracks in our foundation cause us to have a faulty perception of reality. That is not real, it's imagined. Do you get what I mean? So this is something I see. Their parents could have said stuff like, oh, powerful people are like this, rich people are like this, successful people are like this, planted, seeds in their mind that also prevents them from going after their dreams. So I want to say it's all projection. It's not something you should hold on to, but it's a small amount of energy I'm seeing here with a duality. So like I said, that is basically the first section of your reading of how I feel you win people over with your charm, because it's first like they look at you, they see you to be very gentle, very sweet, very innocent, and then they get very trusting of you. But then sometimes it depends on the person and how they react to that. Sometimes they just really want to nourish you. They think you're very cute. They think you're very sweet, like a deer, like just very cute, very sweet, very gentle. But then at the same time, like some people, I don't think it's all people like this. I think it's just people that are intimidated by your presence. Sometimes people will see this cute, sweet side to you and really find it adorable. And Spirit showing me like someone hugged like a little teddy bear. So it's this cute feeling that people get from you, and that's how you first win them over with your charm, with this gentle nature. Because you look very sweet, you look very cute, very innocent and gentle in some way. And then it's like, then they start to get to know you. They start to see that you carry this internal strength within you, with the Phoenix rising and Be Strong card, that you are actually a lion within deer clothing. You know how they say there's a wolf in sheep's clothing? In this case, I think you are a lion in deer clothing. And then they start to see your true power come out. It's not like you have to exclaim it to the whole world. They see your true power come out. Some people get intimidated by it. And then some people get really amazed and in awe of it. With the Three of Cups here, I feel like some people see your power radiating from you, your internal power and strength radiating from you, and it's like they celebrate you. It's like that's how you charm them, because they celebrate you and they respect you. I feel like this respect coming through of like people respecting you, and looking up to you, being inspired by your story of how you've moved forward in your life. And it's like people see you to have the world in your hands for whatever decisions you want to make in life. It's like you create that. The world is in your hands. You have this immense internal power to you, and it's like whatever you want to put out in your reality is already yours. And it's like they start to see that strength radiating from you. And it's like then they start to really look up to you, aspire to be like you. And then they start to really want to even ask you like how you've achieved things, how you've made successes for yourself. Because I'm seeing an emphasis on this energy, on like success, but it doesn't just have to be career success. It can be success within your healing journey, success within your life, within different aspects of your life. It can be achieving something close, dear to your heart, goals of yours that are dear to your heart. You know, it doesn't necessarily always have to lead to career and finances, but it's like people see that. Also, something about your home. Your home could look really beautiful. I'm feeling like some of you could really have a homey home, and it's like when people are invited to your home or they come over to your home, there's something about your home that is very homey, and then it like kind of charms people. It wins them over in some way. If some of you ever like are very I'm hearing the word hospitality. If you like ever pour tea for people that come in your home, or like give them food, things like that, it like feels very homey, very delicious, very much like I'm sitting under a fireplace with this warm tea, and it just tastes delicious, and I feel very warm and cozy. That's the feeling I get from you. Or you could just make people feel like that, and that's also how you win people over with your charm. But I feel this mix between inspiration, respect for you, seeing how powerful you really are, feeling that respect and that inspired, amazed, in awe feeling, maybe even wanting to ask you how you did it, how you made it for yourself, some tips and tricks. And then I feel like a mix of intimidation and fear of your power. So I guess it just depends what reaction comes out of people. It depends on how they perceive power and success in some way. So that's the first thing I see of how you win people over with your charm. But then I'm also seeing, as much as you have this gentle nature to you, this gentle, pure, innocent nature to you, it's like I'm also seeing you just have this very fiery, creative, optimistic view of the world. You have this passionate, vivid, bright personality to you, and it's like people see that when they first meet you. Spirit showing me the energy of fire, of creation, of creating your reality, of inspiration, of optimism. This carefree joy of creation. And creation doesn't need to be creativity, but it can be creating your reality, creating your success, going after your dreams, your goals, your desires. And it's like people see that from you, but people also just see this fiery nature you have where you just, I'm talking about like your ability to create your reality, and like people looking at you in this awe, and people looking at you in this inspired, amazed way. Like, I want to ask you for knowledge, wisdom, how you got there, how you created your dreams, how you kind of passionately went after the things you want, how you found your passions even. Some of you are creative, but it's like, how did you put that much action into the things you wanted? How do you have this amount of strength within you? And if it's not like career strength, it's like emotional strength. Like how you have that much emotional strength within you as well. And then obviously, like with people phoning me, 2 different people phoning me now while I'm busy, it kind of irritates me, but it makes me feel like it goes with your reading. And I'll tell you why, because I feel here there's something about like people wanting to ask you how you got there. But like maybe me getting irritated is like you living a busy life. You have your own things to think about. You don't always have time to be there and show others, if that makes sense. And sometimes it's just like our own internal thing. It's not like a tip and a trick that we can give people. It's our own internal thing. It's our own internal passion. So I don't know if it's like that for you or not. Or like people just... We're talking about how you win people over with your charm. You could have a lot of people just want to phone you, just want to talk to you while you're busy. Because, like, I'm doing it while I'm busy. So you could just have a very busy life. And then it's like how you win people over is by this. And then it's like they just want to talk to you. They just want to... They're amazed by you in some way, is something I'm seeing. So it's like you just have this optimism radiating from your soul, this fiery nature you have of creating your dreams, taking leaps of faith towards your passions. You seem to be a person that has a very vivid, passionate, optimistic view of the world. And it's like you view the world where you can hold the world in your hands and you can create anything you want. Or at least that's how people view you when they get to know you. And that's how you win people over with your charm, because it's like they just start to feel inspired by you and in awe of you, because it seems that whatever you put your mind to, you really make it blossom in some way. Whatever you put effort into blossoms in some way. It's like you have a lot of internal power and strength. And you know what Spirit's showing me? A dragon, like breathing fire, right? And then this dragon breathes fire, but then like... Let's say this dragon is working with a human. I don't know why I'm seeing this image, but like a dragon breathing fire, and then after the dragon breathes fire, like the man is next to this dragon, telling this dragon where to put the fire, and then like a ring is created from it, because some piece of... Like, I don't know how scientifically true this is. It's just a vision I'm seeing. Like a ring there, but like the ring wasn't made before, but then the dragon's fire created that ring to be so beautiful. Does that make sense? I hope I'm explaining it correctly, but like I see that energy, the energy of creation. Whatever you put your heart and soul into becomes powerful in some way. And dragons are also a symbol of power. So it's like you have this immense power within you. Also the lions here, the cat family, are a symbol of power. So it's like whatever you put your mind to is like Midas's hand. Isn't it Midas with like where he turned things to gold, something like that? I'm seeing that same kind of energy, and that's how you win people over with your charm, because it's like I just feel this amazement people have for you, where they either fear your power or they're intimidated by you, or they start to look at you with inspiration and amazement. And I think people start to see the miracles that have played into your life, while maybe the miracles you've created in your own life, but like they start to see that, and then they really start to either look at you with inspiration or intimidation. And it's like whatever new you put your heart into grows. That's something I'm seeing. And that's how you win people over with your charm. I'm also seeing some of you have been healing your heart, have been really on your healing journey, focusing on your healing journey. And it's like people see that, and people see your growth. People see when you talk to them. You just have this intuitive way of talking to people, making them feel safe, making them feel heard, creating a safe, nurturing space for those around you. It's like you have this power within you, but you also have this gentle nature to you as well, where you're very nurturing, very much making people feel safe, very much making people feel heard, seen, loved. I feel like your energy feels like a warm hug, feels very vivid and bright. And that's what wins people over with your charm. Because it's like people start to really fall in love with this vivid energy. It's like, you know how you can like go to different places Spirit showing me like on Halloween, you can go to a Halloween home and then it's like you can get scared there. In this case, I don't feel you're a Halloween home, but you're almost like this home people can walk into. I don't mean you are a home, I just mean when people are in your presence, this is how they feel. Like I'm walking into the home. There's so much vivid brightness here. They gave me rose colored glasses when I came into the room. When I came into this house, everything is so bright. The music is great. Everything is full of color. Everything is vivid. Everything is magical. There's bubbles around. Like I just blew bubbles. Everyone is partying, having fun. And there's cotton candy over there, sweets over there. And there's like all these things that people like. Do you get what I mean? I hope I'm explaining it correctly, but it's almost like when people come into your vicinity, they're taken to another world that is very fun, that is very playful, that is very vivid and bright. And it's like we can just be carefree here. We can be ourselves, no judgment. And that's how you win people over with your charm, because it's like you really make people feel safe enough to be themselves, to let out that fiery, vivid version of themselves that they sometimes hold within. And it's like, I'm feeling laughter, I'm feeling smiles. It's like you bring that energy out in people, but you make them feel safe enough to show those parts of themselves that they once restricted out of fear that no one would accept it. So that's something I'm seeing. You also help people kind of take leaps of faith and find passions of their own. So that energy you have is contagious, and that's how you win people over with your charm. Because I feel like your energy is bright and contagious, and Spirit is showing me, you know, Sam and Cat when in what is the series called again? Victorious, I think. So in Sam and Cat, like Cat was very vivid and bright, and like she was so contagious, her energy. And then like, you know, you'd sometimes see I forgot her name, the one with black hair, I think, where she's kind of like more serious, more in that energy. And then it's like she can even make her smile sometimes. It's like her energy is so contagious, where even people that don't have like that vivid, bright personality, where they're more so in their own world, they're more so like serious, and it's like you also are contagious to them with your playfulness, your passionate nature, this fiery, bright, vivid nature you have. And that's how you win people over with your charm as well. It almost reminds me of like Squidward and SpongeBob, when SpongeBob would like do fun things, and then maybe once in a while Squidward would smile at it or laugh at it. I feel that energy here. It's like your energy is contagious. That's something I'm seeing. And I also feel like when people start to get to know you, you have such a nourishing energy, such a giving energy, that it makes people feel loved. And it's like people just feel like they can be themselves in front of you, and that's how you win them over with your charm, because they trust you. You seem very much like a person that is a pure soul, that is in your integrity. You seem very angelic in some way, and it's like then people trust you, and that's how you win them over with your charm as well. And all this power you have within you is within the way you see the world, within the way you go after your dreams, within the way you create, within the way you heal your heart. It's within the way you have so much knowledge and power. It's within the way you treat others. It's this gentle kind of power within you. And I may not even be explaining all the things that make you powerful, but you just have such a magnetic, vivid soul that it makes people feel comfortable. And it makes people not only just feel comfortable, but feel comfortable enough to look at the beauty in life and kind of go with the flow. And that's how you win people over with your charm, because you're very magnetic as well. And I think people are also very sensually attracted to you with the Sensuality card. I'm reading this in a different way now with the Sensuality card and the Devil. It's like sometimes you win people over because they're very attracted to you in that way, and they find you to be very seductive. I am picking up on one particular connection here, a twin flame connection for some of you. Not all of you, but like for some of you, a twin flame that is very much attracted to you, and you've won them over with your charm in some way, with all these traits I've mentioned, but also your sweetness and all this attraction, but also just people that want to date you. It's like you win them over with your attractiveness. That's something I'm seeing as well. And people sense you to be very smart, very intelligent, very knowledgeable. People look at you and they think you've studied so many things, or they just find you to be very wise, because in the way you speak, it seems like you have a lot of knowledge with all these books here, or you've spent a lot of time studying, or something along those lines. People think that you're a very hard worker, and it's like that you're very smart, that you're very intelligent, that you have a lot to say, and people want to hear what you have to say. And it's like sometimes you speak from this wisdom or this intelligence, where sometimes it's like your own knowledge because you're very smart, whereas other times it's like wisdom or your intuitive nature that is picking up on something from someone, and it's like you say the right things without realizing, and then people find you to be very charming with your smartness, with your intelligence. And it's like when you speak, it's like your voice is meant to be heard in some way. It's like when you speak, Spirit's showing me when someone is like at an event and like they kind of like take a glass and they hit the side of the glass. It's like your voice has that effect on people. That's something I'm seeing. But I'm also seeing, like, with this energy, like you treat those you love like family. You have such a big heart, such a gentle heart, but also such an internal strength within you, that it's like people see both sides to you, and they get very confused because they don't see it much where people have both energies. You know what I mean? And I think it's just the way they perceive it. So there's something here about you having a very high vibrational nature that also makes people self-reflect here with the Four of Cups. And we see this reflection here. So like when people get jealous or intimidated by you, you make them go home and reflect and be like, this person's actually not even deserving this feeling or these thoughts from me. I really need to change something. And it's like something within them that has been locked away, that they don't know is even there, that they need to release, if that makes sense. So let's say, for example, someone's intimidated by you or jealous of you because of your success. But then they start to look at their own lives and self-reflect, and then they're like, that person doesn't deserve my jealousy. They're so sweet. I work so hard, but I don't get anywhere. I'm like running around in circles. What can I do to really put my action into what I do, put action into what I do, and kind of see different results? What can I do differently? And it's almost like then they realize they were projecting their own feeling of chaos onto you, of like not having everything they need or want. So that's just an example of what I see. You also make people self-reflect in some way or think a lot. It's like maybe the things you say make people think as well, because you're very intelligent, very wise. It's like sometimes you say things and I feel people are mind blown, and that's how you charm others. And it's like you put them in this deep thought where they're just thinking, and you show people different sides, different points of views, different perspectives. And that's something I see here very strongly of how you charm others. So basically how you charm others is with your power, with your gentleness, with your sensuality and attractiveness, with your logic, with your intelligence, with your wisdom, with your success, with your homey, cozy vibe, with your ability to just treat others like family, and your beautiful, beautiful, vivid nature. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile number ones. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this Amazonite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you win people over with your charm. Please be aware this is a general reading, to only take what resonates and leave the rest, because the messages may differ for everyone watching. You chose the card Deep Emotions with unknown feelings and past life influences. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards. Let's see what shows up in your reading today. Okay, my pile number two. So for your cards, we have Clarity, Planning and Releasing Illusion. We have the High Priestess with Discernment, Prescience, Prophecy, and Vision. We have Compassion with Release Judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. We have the Three of Winter, which is the Three of Swords. We have the High Priestess, again, in the tarot cards. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Page, no. I just need to check which card this is. Give me a moment. With the different language, it's kind of like I sometimes forget which card this is. Okay, this is the Knight of Wands. Sorry about that, my pile twos. I was so confused for a moment. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Fool card. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. And lastly, we have the World card. Okay, so before we start with your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. The last 3 months, 80% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted and you like this channel, can you do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know. And the bigger the channel gets, the more content I can create and put out to you guys. I also want to thank those that have subscribed in the past few days and those that have been here supporting from the beginning. I'm dearly grateful for your support, for all your love, for you just being here. Thank you and enjoy the reading. Okay, so in terms of how you charm people I'm seeing here like your ancestors give these messages of how you win people over with your charm. And there's something here about you doing it in many different ways. And I don't think sometimes you're even aware of it. Okay, so the first thing I'm picking up on very strongly, as I tap into your energy, I'm getting like strong goosebumps. Like your energy is very high vibrational. And some of the things I say here are things you don't even realize you do. But what I do see here is this energy of like, when you speak to people, you very much are very intuitive, with the High Priestess showing up twice. My pile 2s are always my intuitive pile, but the feeling I get here is your intuition is on point. It's very strong, with it showing up twice, and both cards being 2, being the number 2, there is this sense of your intuition being very heightened in some way, being very on point in some way. What I am noticing here in this card is like a full moon behind her, and full moons usually heighten our emotional state, but they also heighten our intuition and allow us to release emotions. And I feel like you have that full moon energy, because we even have the deep emotions card here. It's like you have that full moon energy. Even your crystal reminds me of a moon now. Now that I look at it in a different way, it's like you have this full moon energy of bringing that out in people, bringing out strong, deep emotions of people and their intuition and maybe emotions they haven't even released yet. You know what I mean? So that's something I see here. But it's also like when you talk to people, you're very intuitive, where you say things without realizing. That almost gives it away. It's like you don't have to outright say, I'm intuitive, I'm a reader, I can do this and this and that. It's like you just talk to someone, you say something, a key word, something maybe they were working on, and it's like, then they're just in shock, but they don't tell you that you knew something that you didn't know. You get what I mean? So for example, let's just say someone's going on a flight this afternoon to Paris, and you know you're busy scrolling on Pinterest and you're like, this outfit would look so nice if I went to Paris today, wouldn't it? And it's like you show the person and then they're just like shocked by the word Paris. Like, how did you know? But then, how did you know? You don't really know. It's your intuition, you get what I mean? And I think sometimes people don't tell you, because sometimes people feel just amazed or shocked, but then other times some people feel like, I wouldn't say the word fear, but like just like I want to close myself off more. I don't know why some people do that, but it's like maybe a privacy thing, I don't know, or like they're scared you see something else in them. So I'd say sometimes it comes out with intimidation, the reaction, or I wouldn't say the word fear, but intimidation. Or sometimes it just comes out with this amazed shock feeling that you give people when you do that unintentionally. Let me give you another example. I'm seeing someone just be there, and then like, let's say this person is thinking about, you know, starting to dance as a hobby. And they've been thinking about it for a long time. And then you're like, you see this person and you're like, you have such a good looking body. You would be a great dancer. You look very flexible. You look like you can dance well. And you just say that to them without thinking about it. And it's like, then they're mind blown. They're amazed. Do you get what I mean? There's something about you saying things without realizing and it being so intuitive. Or something about you saying advice to people that is so intuitive, where they're just shocked, they're in amazement, they're in awe. And how did you get this information? That's the feeling I'm getting of like when people look at you and you say things in this amazement, in this awe, in this shock, like how did you get that information? And then it's like they automatically start to lean into you in this interest and amazement, and intrigue is the word I'm hearing. And then they want to know more. Something I'm seeing here, I'm noticing in this card we have a book that's open here at the background, and here as well. I didn't notice this book here before. Something about your knowledge with all these books here. Your knowledge is amazing. Your wisdom. You're very intelligent, but very wise at the same time, but also very intuitive. Like your logical mind is on point. Your intuition on point. Your wisdom on point. Everything. And those three combinations combined make you so powerful, my pile number twos. And it's like when people talk to you, I hear they're just intrigued, they're shocked, they're amazed by how powerful your mind is and how powerful your intuition is. And just how I think you just shock people, because it's like the things you say to people come off very intelligent, come off very wise. It's just like, where did you get this information? It's like maybe someone asks you for advice and you give the best advice. And it's like they take your advice and it actually works. Or someone asks you or tells you about a problem they have, but then you make them look at it in a different perspective, and they were looking at it wrong the whole time, and then them looking at it in a different perspective changes something in their life. Or, you tell someone something and it's just so on point. So I feel like your knowledge, your wisdom, your intuition, because you're very smart, it just charms people and wins them over, because it's like I feel this feeling of people talking to you and then getting more intrigued, wanting to know more. And like both these pages look not that full. Like this page looks like it's written halfway. This page looks empty. So it's like, tell me more. I want to know more of the story. Like some of you are good storytellers, or you just have a way with words that makes what you're explaining look like a story, where people feel this intrigue and then they want to know more. I'm almost feeling like leaning in and hearing more of what you have to say. And that's how you win people over with your charm, because it's like you just know the right words to use, the right tone to use, the right things to say. That makes it very much like people are intrigued. So my pile number twos, and like I said, you have this feeling of being like a guide to people. Like people would come to you for advice. People would come to you to hear your opinion on things, even if you don't have knowledge on that subject or that thing. It's like people find you to be very loyal, but also very intelligent and very wise. And it's like your instincts, your first instincts are usually correct, but they also find you to be an unbiased person that helps guide them and illuminate a path for them that is best for them and their journey. That's something I'm seeing, and that's how you win people over with your charm. But also, when you speak to people, people feel like your energy is just very healing, because I feel like you, like I said, with this full moon energy, it's like you bring out emotions in people and healing in people without realizing or without intending to. You could just sit next to someone and they receive some type of healing from this. Especially inner child healing is something I'm seeing, and healing from the past with the Six of Cups here. The Amazonite crystal is a healing crystal. I didn't know why I chose this crystal for today until now. So it's like you heal people with your energy and your presence and your words. And it's like you almost help people become less cold. So something I'm seeing, some people have like ice caps around their heart as a method of protection. It's like you have this warmth to you that like melts away their ice caps in their hearts and helps them trust again, helps them feel again, because those ice caps around our hearts are taking away our sense of feeling for the world. Not just the bad feelings, but also the good feelings. So it's like you have a lot of energies of heart healing to people, especially when they've gone cold and they have kind of shut off their heart to the world, or they've kind of just lost clarity. It's like they come to you and you help people just see things in a bird's eye view or perspective, and you help them just see life in a different way. And it's like you bring emotions out in people that they never even knew they had. And then it's like you have just this calming effect on people where you bring their emotions out, but then it's a very calming, cooling effect, I feel. Almost like toothpaste. Like, you know when toothpaste has like that minty, calming feel, fresh feel to it? I don't know why Spirit's showing me that, but it's like that's the feeling you give people. And when people are just in your vicinity, they feel very nurtured. They feel like you're just so compassionate. They feel like you help them a lot. With your advice, with your knowledge, with your wisdom, with your intuition. And it's like they just feel so nurtured, so cared for. Especially people with like wounds from childhood where they weren't nurtured by their mother or father. It's like you give them that feeling they needed in childhood with your energy. You don't even have to hug them. It's like your energy is a big hug, and it helps people just find freedom is something I'm seeing. And it's like when people talk to you, they're just amazed. They're shocked by how on point you are. And that's something I'm seeing. It's like your energy is so healing. It brings out things that they didn't even know they had within them. But it also leads them to the right path. And then it's like people just instantly start to trust you, because it's like, I almost feel like if I have a problem, I can call my pile number twos. They're going to know exactly what to say to me. They're going to help me see it in a bird's eye view and perspective, and not see it in my own perspective, but see it from an unbiased perspective. Pile number two is going to know exactly the right words to say to me, exactly the right advice or wisdom to give me. And that's the feeling I get from people, and how you win people over with your charm. It's like you just put them in this awe, amazement, intrigue, and then they build a deep connection with you because they feel nurtured by you. And then after that, they feel like they can trust you. I feel like you're just that trusted, unbiased person I can go to for anything with no judgment. And that's how you win people over with your charm. And I'm also seeing here, when people take your advice, they see that you have leadership skills, and they see that you've created movement in your own life, where it's like, you know how you won't, I don't know why this is like coming up, but like, I guess this is just a human thing. It seems like you're going to have a bright future, or you are already in that bright future energy. And I don't know why this is coming up. Maybe this is just human nature, but it's like people can see that you may have a lot of opportunities open to you, that you're always creating more opportunities for growth in your life, in each aspect of your life, because Spirit's showing me the 12 houses in astrology, and that to me gives me like different aspects of life, because like the first house is like our identity, ourselves, our connection to our body, how we view ourselves, but it's also how people see us in first impressions. And then the second house is like wealth, it's long-term wealth, it's that type of energy. And then the third house is like communication. And then the fourth house is that home energy. And then the fifth house is fun, dating, creativity, things like that, hobbies. Then the sixth house is like what we put service to, like chores, things like that, our daily kind of things we need to do. what we put ourselves in service to. Then the 7th house is like partnership, love, connections. The 8th house, hidden energies. The 9th house, while the 8th house is like healing as well, merging. It has a lot to it. Transformation. The 9th house, travel, freedom, that type of fun, Sagittarius, optimistic energy, but also spirituality. Then the 10th house is like career, that Capricorn energy. 11th house is community. 12th house, the unknown. It's like Spirit showing me all the 12th houses and each aspect of your life, and how you've created something in each aspect of your life that is flourishing, that is growing. And I don't know why I'm being drawn to these flowers. It's like you've planted flowers in each aspect of your life, created something there, and there has been growth. And there's been growth for a long time now, where you've been consistently planting seeds in each aspect of your life of growth, and they're starting to bloom in each aspect. I don't know why. I don't know what these white flowers are called, but they're really drawing me in. And white to me sometimes represents purity. If you know what these flowers are called, let me know in the comments. They could have a spiritual significance to this energy. I'm going to just try see if I can find it on Google by typing in white flowers. Let's see. I don't know if this would be a white lily. I'm trying to find white flowers and see what seems familiar to this picture, but I'm not quite sure. But I'm reading the spiritual meaning there, innocence and purity. But it also is a popular choice for funeral flowers, lilies, white lilies. So I don't know why. Funeral to me reminds me of a death and rebirth cycle. Since we spoke about deep emotions here, it's like you have rebirthed many different areas of your life, and you may have also gone through struggles in your own life, in different aspects of your life, right? And it's like, since you've gone through those struggles as well, you've attained wisdom from it, and you've seen many different people's perspectives on lives, and you just have a lot of wisdom with you that it makes people feel like they can relate to you. I don't know if it's just human nature, but it's like when people see that you have growth in different areas of your life, then they see that you can be kind of trusted with advice, because it's like, I would want to take advice from someone that has grown, but also someone that can relate to me and where I'm at, because they've also been there, rather than going to someone that has, for example, always been rich and never gone through struggles. It's like humans naturally would want to go to someone that has had those struggles, that can have that compassion to that person, but also help them grow. You get what I mean? And I feel like you've experienced struggles in different aspects of your life, and that's why it gave you that wisdom to be able to create. And with that wisdom you've created and seeds you've planted in each aspect of your life, you're starting to bloom in each aspect of your life. And it's like, that's how you win others over with your charm, because it's like they see the life you've created and how well-rounded it is, and how many different areas of your life are starting to bloom, but you're also starting to bloom as a result of you putting that love and that energy into yourself of creation, of creating your dreams and reality. And then it's like, with the 3 of Pentacles here, 3 of Pentacles usually is the energy of like working together, working as a team. But in this case, we only see one character here, and we see a pregnancy. And I don't know why Spirit is reminding me of Mother Gaia's energy. This is going to sound a little bit complicated to explain the whole story, but like basically what I saw was, I saw Mother Gaia come to me, Mother Earth come to me in like this energy of showing me how the earth was created. And of course, this is just a story to explain the energies. I'm not pushing my beliefs onto anyone, but it's just what I saw in the vision of the creation of Earth. And basically it was the combination of masculine and feminine energies creating the Earth, because there was a sun being that was with her, and she was like full of these grass and flowers and leaves and everything like that. And they obviously were creating Earth like they were creating a baby. And that combination of masculine and feminine energies can create something. So I'm not going to go too much into detail on that story because we'll be here all day. But basically what I take from that is you have that energy of creation within you, of creating your reality. And it's like you've used both your masculine and feminine energies in each aspect of your life to get you where you want to be. And you're very balanced while you do it. And what I see with this Three of Pentacles energy is like the mother, the maiden, the crone with the three here. Because it's like, you know, Hecate's energy is like the mother, the maiden, the crone. I see a story here of you having love for your past, your presence, and your future self. And all of that three combined creates your reality and creates a beautiful reality of creation and growth. Okay? But then also, you're working with each aspect of yourself, working with your past self by maybe healing your inner child. And then you're working with your present self by putting work into now and what you want to do now. And then you're working with your future self by doing things for your future self. And then to top it on that, you're using your masculine energy to put in action towards the things you want to grow. And then the feminine energy to attract and manifest that. So it's like you're using your past, present, future self. But then also, I think some of you have, this is probably some of my pile of like people where their future self guides them and assists them. Because I think it was pile 2 last time when I said, your future self guides you or something like that. I'm seeing it again. Your future self is a guide to you as well. And that's helped you also create your reality. And then it's like you use those three combinations of your past self, your present self, and your future self, your divine masculine and your divine feminine. And it's like you create your reality with that, with the pregnancy here. And since she's pregnant, pregnancy happens for 9 months. I'm seeing it like you've consistently for a long time been growing different aspects and areas of your life, planting seeds in different aspects of areas of your life, and your whole life is a beautiful garden now, and everyone's frolicking in this garden and they're just feeling so great in this garden, like they're in another magical world. And then you show people how you planted this garden for yourself, and it's like they take that home and they do that for themselves, and they have clarity on what they want to do, and they see things from a different bird's eye perspective. And that's how you win people over with your charm, because it's like they see different areas of your life and how it's grown and how you've put in work to that. And then they see how you've created your reality, like Mother Earth. Mother Earth is that energy of creation, that Empress energy. I don't know why this card reminds me of the Empress card. Probably because of the pregnancy. But anyways, like, you just kind of create your reality, and it makes people see you as a leader in some way. You have a lot of leadership energy, and it's like people look up to you. And then they want to almost follow your lead. And you just have this unity kind of energy to you. You have this nurturing, compassionate energy to you where you just make people feel like we're all one. And you take them to another magical world. And like, Spirit is almost showing me, like, you know, in Willy Wonka, when they go to that world and then they're all of a sudden in another world, and it's like fascinating and amazing, and that's how you make people feel, and that's how you kind of win people over with your charm, because you make them feel just this fascination, like I'm in another world, like I am the opposite of the Little Mermaid, and I wanted to be a part of the Little Mermaid's realm, and now I'm in a mermaid realm, and I can all of a sudden breathe in the water, and then I go home to my human realm, and I just feel such amazement and awe. That's the feeling I get from you. This just harmonic unity kind of energy. Also Aquarius energy. I don't know why I'm seeing the sign Aquarius. You could just have this energy of community. That's the feeling I'm getting. Because Aquarius is like that kind of humanitarian community type of energy. That's how you make people feel. And you're also very passionate about the projects you work on, like your creativity here with the Knight of Wands. And it's like you have a lot of ambition to go after the things you want. And with the Queen of Pentacles here, you literally have beautiful, amazing results of the work you've put into yourself. And it's like people see that. People see you on stage here, and all they can do is talk. They see you on the stage of your own life, viewing life with this optimism, with this kind of childlike perspective of going after the things you want. And it's like they view that, and then they see that, and then they see you with such leadership skills and such movement in your own life. And then that wins people over because they're just amazed in awe by you, by your charm. And it's like they're seeing you front stage in your own life, and then they're kind of taking notes and not trying to be like you, but like trying to follow your lead. But also your compassionate, loving, intuitive, nurturing nature wins people over. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile number 2s. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this orange calcite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you win people over with your charm. Please be aware this is a general reading, to only take what resonates and leave the rest, because the messages may differ for everyone watching. You chose the card Courage with Strength, Fierceness, and Family. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards now. Okay, so for your cards, we have Summoning Power with Instinct, Intellect, and Control. We have here Wealth. We have True Love with the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. We have the Four of Spring, which is the Four of Wands. We have here the Sun card. I don't know why I'm getting goosebumps in your energy. Your energy feels very high vibrational, my pile 3s. You have the Five of Wands. You have the Two of Cups. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Star. We have the Chariot. And lastly, we have the Empress card. Okay, so before we start with your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. The last 3 months, 80% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted and you like this channel, can you do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know. And the bigger the channel gets, the more content I can create and put out to you guys. I'd also like to thank those who have subscribed within the last few days. And I'd also like to thank those that have been here from the beginning supporting. I thank you for all your support, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you and enjoy the reading. Okay, so now in terms of how you win people over with your charm, my pile number 3s, I feel some of you have Leo placements because the Sun card is a Leo card and then we see a lion here. So some of you have Leo energy or Leo placements in your chart. I'm also feeling Aquarius here with the star, or like fire placements, or Venus placements like Libra and Taurus here with the Empress card. So I'm feeling with you guys, my pile number 3s, you have this very loving nature and energy that makes people feel like you have a warm hug. And as I said, I got goosebumps when I tapped into your energy because your energy is very high vibrational, very loving, very beautiful in some way. And your energy just feels like this warm hug and very inviting. And that's how you win people over with your charm, because it's like when you talk to people, you open up your heart to them. And I feel this in friendship, in love, in whatever type of connection this is. It's like you bring people into your heart when you talk to them, and they just feel safe in your presence. People feel like you're very sweet is something I'm seeing. And like often when people talk to you, they just feel your heart open up to them. They feel a very deep connection with you. Sometimes people even feel like you've had past lives together, because they feel such a deep connection to you. And there's something about you giving people this true kind of love. Whether this is friendship, family, love, it's like you treat those you love like family. And when you even don't even love people, it's like you're still creating a connection with them. It's like you invite them into your heart, and I just feel this homey, loving energy that people feel from you. And it's like once you open up your heart to them and create this deep, loving connection to them, they can never forget you, and they feel that within their heart forever. And that's something I'm seeing of how you win people over with your charm, because it's like once they open up their heart to you, there's no going back. The connection just transforms and becomes something beautiful and deep, and that's something I'm seeing and how people feel about you. And that's how you win people over with your charm, because it's like they instantly trust you because you seem to be a very truthful, sweet, loving person. But also you just have a big heart, and people feel that as soon as they meet you. People feel like you're very loyal, like you're very trustworthy. And often people's instincts tell them that you are someone that they can trust, someone that they can open up to, someone that they can have a deep love with. Your energy feels like a big kiss, like a big hug. Like I'm just receiving the most nurturing and love, and it feels very genuine. And that's something that wins people over, because they just feel this love emanating from you. I also feel like you have a very mysterious vibe, my pile number 3s, that makes people very intrigued by you in some way, because it's like you don't necessarily have to charm people and win people over. It's like your mysterious vibe just makes people want to know more about you, and then they feel very intrigued by you and like who you are, wanting to get to know you and wanting to see all facets to you. And it's like this mystery vibe you have just makes people even more intrigued, where you've already won them over without trying. You know, because they're just so intrigued by you that they want to know more. I feel this curiosity people feel when they get to know you or they meet you for the first time, because it's like, I want to know who they are on a deep level. I want to know what made them them. I want to know what made them think this way, what made them love this way, what made their heart so open, what made them so playful, so fun to be around. And it's like they want to get to know all facets to you, all parts of your personality, because you're so mysterious that it just, you don't even have to try to win them over. You've already won them over, is something I'm seeing because of that. Spirit is showing me a lot of you also hold a lot of beauty, and your beauty wins people over, charms people, because it's like as soon as they see you, they just feel either attraction to you, if this is a love connection, or they just feel like you're very beautiful in some way. And that is very charming to people because it just opens them up. Because I'm seeing this energy, some of you have this very Venusian presence to you, a lot of beauty to you. And it's like when people see you, they naturally just want to open up because of that. Because they find you to be very beautiful physically, but also beautiful in your heart. And that wins people over with your charm. But Spirit is also showing me a butterfly. So you guys have transformed a lot in your life. You're always transforming, you're always growing. And it's almost like people find you to have these very beautiful wings. I don't know what these wings represent, but it's like you have beautiful wings that just flutter around, and everyone wants to catch this beautiful butterfly and keep it in their home. And that's the feeling I get from you. It's like this intrigue people have towards you, this kind of curiosity, this kind of feeling of, I want to keep this beautiful butterfly forever. And this beautiful butterfly, each time I see this beautiful butterfly, it has different wings, more colorful. This day it has pink wings, tomorrow it has purple wings. And it's like, I feel like that just makes people want to get to know you even more, and that wins them. You win them over with your charm by that. That's something I'm seeing. I'm also seeing children are very drawn to you because you have this presence that is very fun to be around. I feel like you almost like sprinkle sunflowers, sunshine, this positive vibe wherever you go. And it's like people naturally feel that, especially children. So children are very drawn to you, or people that have a very carefree, childlike nature are very drawn to you in some way, because it's like you carry this joyful optimism wherever you go, and it's like you bring people's inner childs out naturally. You bring joy out naturally wherever you go. You just have this fun, carefree, optimistic view of life that brings people into this fun vibe. And I feel like a lot of people just want to be friends with you because they feel so much joy around you. I feel like you're very funny, you're very playful, you're very just, you bring in this bright energy, this bright warmth, this sunshine energy wherever you go. And it's like people find you to be so fun to be around that they just want to be your friend. And they also find you to be very supportive, and that's how you win people over with your charm. I also feel like some of you are very creative in some way. That's something I'm seeing. And it's like people are very intrigued by your creative energy. But then sometimes people also, I feel people with wounded egos get a little bit jealous of you sometimes, where they see how skilled you are at certain things, and then it's almost like this petty feeling of like, since you're good at this, I'm gonna be petty, and I'm gonna be passive aggressive is the word I'm hearing. So that's just a very few people, but that's something I'm seeing. And also because you're so playful and fun to be around, and because you're so loving, sometimes people aren't used to that. And then because either they have a rejection wound or a wounded ego, it's like this kind of feeling of like, you're giving me love, but I don't want to accept it. But I feel like that's just people that are very closed off, very closed-minded to their perception of this. I feel like that's just a very few people that have that energy towards you. But I think I think some of you are intuitive. Your instincts tell you who to trust, who not to trust. But I'm seeing, especially like if you are creative or artistic in some way, it's very charming to people because either you just have a very good way of expressing it, or you just have a very unique way of showing something artistically, or you think outside of the box, or you bring this fun, playful, loving vibe into everything you do and you transform it and you bring color into it. That's something I'm seeing. You bring color wherever you go. You have very vivid, bright personalities, and that's something people just love about you, and that's something that wins them over with your charm as well. I also feel like you have an abundance to your soul with the wealth card. Some of you could be physically abundant and wealthy, or you could be, gaining some manifestations right now. You could be transforming your life. Doors could be opening for you. And I'm seeing here you gain a lot of abundance in this lifetime. But not just physical abundance, but it's like an abundance of love, an abundance of friendship, of playfulness, that kind of energy. And it's like people see that and they're naturally charmed by you. But I also feel like people see you and they think that you're very wealthy. I don't know if you are, but that's something I'm seeing, and that charms people in. But you also just have this rich energy to you of love, of joy, of playfulness. And that's something I'm seeing as well. And you also have a very relaxing vibe and presence. It's almost like you have this summery or spring vibe that makes everything brighter. The colors are brighter around you. Music is more great around you. Like, it feels like sunshine energy. Like, I don't want to get out of the sun. I'm on the beach and I'm tanning on the beach and the sun feels so good on me and I don't want to leave this. That's how you make people feel. And you just bring their inner child and this fun vibe out in everyone you meet, that it just makes them charmed by you. It makes them want to get to know you more. I also feel like you just have this very generous feeling to you. Some of you have the type of vibe of, like, let's say you go out with your friends, doing your friends' makeup, maybe giving them something to wear, or, maybe you invite people over to your home and you make them nice food, or you put on music and you make the vibe fun, or I just feel you have this generous giving energy to you that people notice. And it's like, even with compliments, you're very generous. Oh, that color looks good on you. That lipstick looks good on you. Oh, did you just do your hair? That looks so good on you. Or, oh, your art is so beautiful. Like, I feel like you also give people a lot of compliments, and that charms them and wins them over because they just feel this true love type of vibe from you, is something I'm seeing. People just feel like you're always transforming, like you're in line with your purpose in some way. And people just feel like you're generous, you're loving, like you have a lot of wisdom within you. And it's like when you talk to people, you may give the best advice, or you may know exactly what words to say to them. You're very wise, and that also wins people over because it's like the words you say is so profound that it's like shocking kind of energy. Because I do feel some of you are intuitive here and magical in some way, and it's like people just feel that magical energy from you. They want to come into your world and experience this magical fun. Like, there's fairies all around, and we're in this fairy garden and everything's so beautiful, and there's music and we can play and we can have fun. And that's the type of feeling you bring out in people, and that's how you win people over with your charm. But you also make people feel like it's a miracle to be in your presence. I don't know why, but that's something I'm seeing. And I feel like you look like someone that has a lot of power, that has a lot of resilience, because I feel like you've encountered some difficult moments in your life. Some of you, it's been your healing journey. Some of you, it's been like career or finances where you had a lot of stresses, but then you transformed the energy in some way. Or some of you, it is your healing journey or hobbies or passions you had where you felt very worried that it wasn't going to go well, and then it did. You transformed the energy. So it's like you have a lot of mental, emotional, or physical strength and resilience. And it's like you have gone through things in your life where you really had to push through and have that resilience. And it's like people look at you, they feel like you're relatable because you've gone through struggles yourself. You can relate to them, you can give them compassion, but you also show them how to create movement and transform difficult situations, because I feel like you're very wise. Or when people look at you, they see how powerfully you changed your physical world around you when it was once so worrying, here with the Nine of Swords. And it's like you show people how to create movement, how to create transformation and freedom in their lives. Just by you being that leader and walking that path, it's like people follow your lead. And you know why I say that? Because we have the wolf here. Wolves have this certain type of hierarchy to them where they can be like the alpha wolf, you know what I mean? And I feel like you are that energy of like leading people in a pack, if that makes sense. And they follow your lead. And they find you to be very wise, very intuitive. And your perception of things really creates movement and transformation in your life. And I feel like people learn from you as they watch you create in your life. You're creating strong foundations in your life. You're taking care of your health. You seem to be very grounded. You seem to be very hopeful for your dreams. And it's like you almost give off this energy like we can make our dreams come true. We can go after and create anything we want in our lives and transform any type of situation and have the flexibility and the resilience to create that. And that's something I'm seeing that makes people relate to you, but it also makes them look up to you in inspiration in some way, because they see your strength, they see your courage to go after your dreams and things you desire and manifestations. And it's like they see miracles play out in your life and transformations play out in your life. And I just feel people looking up to you in inspiration, and that's how you win people over with your charm as well. But I also feel like your vibe just makes people feel safe to let out themselves, to let out those playful versions of themselves. I don't know why, like, you know, some people have struggles with showing their true authentic nature or showing that playfulness, and it's like you bring that out in people. Like, we can just dance here and there's no judgment. And I feel like you just have this Leo energy to you of hyping people up and making them see how they shine too, because you shine brightly, my pile threes, but it's like you also show people how they shine, their talents, what makes them beautiful. And I just feel like you have a beautiful heart, full of sunshine, full of rainbows. And that's how you naturally charm people, because it's like, it's not like you have to charm them. It's more so like, I'm seeing Regina George when she's like, get in loser, we're going shopping. I don't feel like you'd call people loser, but like, I feel like I am seeing Regina George and I'm jumping in her car because I'm so excited to go shopping with her. You get what I mean? It's not like you have to charm me. I'm charmed by you before you even charm me. Do you get what I mean? That's how I feel your energy is. You have a lot of power to you, but it's this internal kind of power within your heart. So this is what I feel from your reading, my pile number threes. I really hope that this resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!